Welcome to the Elk Season Podcast, Season 5, Episode 4. This is February 12th, 2026. We are 199 days away from Elk Season. We are the Chambers Brothers. My name is Harold.
I'm David.
And today on the Elk Season Podcast.
Got a Jared update. Looking forward to that. Elk 101 is in full swing, and I actually haven't been watching, so I'm excited for this update. Highlander Bull. Don't know what that means, but you're going to tell us. Gray Wolf in L.A. sounds like a good movie premise. He's looking for a job. Western Snowpack. Florida black bear hunt returns. Returns. An Idaho elk relocation update. All that and more. Because that's what we do on the Elk Season Podcast.
Yeah. Yay. Now we wait for the intro music to fade out. Or to just end. I think it's only like 24 seconds or something. All right, let's get after it. What is first on the list?
First thing I have is a Jared update.
The Jared update. Let me go to Jared text. I told you Idaho has a second chance drawing.
Oh, yeah.
For their elk.
Okay.
So I sent him the link, and he texted me back. He goes, I applied. I should find out at the beginning of March. So he's reapplied, and there may be another chance for Jared to get a tag. Here's to hoping. So Idaho's out-of-state elk and deer tags have gone through a really big change the past few years, and the biggest one is this year. And this is part of that process. So we'll get to see how, if he gets a tag and comes down and hunts with us, how his experience has been with that tag.
Yep, it'll be fun to see if you can get one.
Yeah. So that, as always, to be continued.
Yeah. And every time, this is our 5th season.
Yeah.
And we just have this tradition of stepping into in the early months of the new year.
Yeah.
Of talking about Elk 101.
Yes.
In fact, one season I bought their T-shirt they produced.
Destination Elk is what it's called.
Destination
Elk 101 is teaching elk hunters and teaching calling.
Right.
Corey Jacobson is a world champion elk caller.
Yep.
And they do a series. It's called Destination Elk. We've been watching it and talking about it for 5 years, since Destination Elk version 3 or V3.
Yep.
And watching it at the beginning of every year, because it's about that time of the year. You're like, okay,
I'm getting. The
holidays
antsy.
are over. I really want to get outside and do something, so it's nice to have some elk content to come to, and they have over 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
like
they do,
over
they
110,
do pretty well.
Over 110,000 subscribers.
I mean, some of the video they get of elk while they're out in the field, and some other activities. They do.
It's remarkable. It's remarkable.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's second to none. But last year they tried something to bring drama.
Yeah.
And we mocked them for it.
Yeah.
As many others did.
Mocked with love, I might mind you, rather.
But yeah, because I got what their heart's at.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe, they just swung the pendulum a little too hard. A little too far. But, we made fun. And by the way, in the very first year that we watched Destination Elk.
Yeah.
It was my first year with the Elk Season brand. Right? And I'm thinking about, okay, who are elk hunters? Well, they're guys.
Sure.
Like me.
Like you.
They're just guys. They're just dudes, right? Just mostly dudes. That's the demographic. And so I think about addressing that demographic. And I thought about going online. I'm not one to comment online, but I made a comment online on Elk 101 on their Destination Elk, which I'm sure they deleted.
Okay.
Because they addressed it. They didn't talk about the comment. They just said, we did delete some comments. This is a family program.
Okay.
Okay. Which is my issue.
Okay.
It is not a family program. Right?
Depends on perspective.
It's not.
It depends on perspective.
I've never seen his wife on the show. I've never seen little kids on the show. I've never gone, hey, honey, kids, come on over. It's Elk 101. Sit down and watch. It's a family show. Come with me.
That doesn't mean people don't do that who are viewers. So
you're right. But the majority, nobody's doing that. The vast majority. I have no doubt there are some people that enjoy watching elk content together.
Sure.
Families, that's few and far between.
But and pardon me for playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, please.
So, because under the scope of what you're describing is it's family content, but it's not under the traditional idea that we all gather around the fire and sing Kumbaya. But content is consumed differently these days. You don't have to do it together. It's like, oh, I watched this. Hey, I'll send you the link. You can watch it later. Or so it's more of a shared, not asynchronous sort of viewing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like, so that's my perspective on it.
Yeah. I would just say in general, hunting on YouTube is not family content. Not that it's anti-family.
But if they're, again...
No, please, keep digging. Just kidding.
But it's like... If you think about it from an advertising perspective, they're trying to swing wide to capture as many people.
Yeah.
So by saying family, it's like we're trying to make sure that
and the comments
whether or not they watch is not
and
important.
The comments
it's
are just
idea.
full of everybody just kissing their butt. Just this is so great. This is so great, right? And that's what I see. And that's why I'm not leaving a comment. I go, yeah, I have some notes for you guys. Not that you'd ever listen to me,
right?
They're making good elk content.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good at drama. I'm not a good hunter. Right? If you had to have one, apparently those are the rules. You only get one.
Okay.
Right?
I don't, again, my definition of hunting kind of follows what Idaho defines as hunting, and that is opposed to harvesting. So I think you're a fabulous hunter.
Thank you.
By those definitions. Harvester?
I could do better. I
harvest more sorrow than anything.
So much sorrow. Anyway, we mocked him a little bit last year because I'm just so hungry. It was in the intro.
Yeah, every intro.
Do you know what's in every intro this year?
No, I haven't watched yet. I totally forgot about it.
It's so nice. In every intro of Destination Elk V8, they take just a few seconds to remind you how much last year sucked. So, instead of having an intro and then going, hey, sorry about last year, it sucked. The intro is, hey, we heard your feedback and we're bringing food. Right? Like, why? Don't remind me of last year. It sucked, or it didn't suck. It was just they're trying too hard to be dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like I get it. The same problem with the person we talked about who has federal charges in Idaho against him.
Yeah.
Right. When you have this YouTube channel, you have all these people that expect content, that expect additional drama, that just expect more. You have to be doing more. And so it was just him and Corey, or it was just Corey and Donnie, right? And then it's like, well, now there's teams, and now there's a bunch of teams. There's multi-state teams, and they're trying so hard to do so much, and the elk content is good. When they start calling, and I do have some issues, I would like to know a lot more about what they're doing. How far have you hiked since the last time you cow called?
Sure.
Right? And why did you choose that area? Why can't you stop and teach along the way? Because I hear them calling and bugling a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
A lot more than we do. But I would like to know more about the context of those calls, right? Because I hear people call all the time and I go, man, I think they got it wrong. I think they're hiking the trail, calling here, calling there.
Well, but our data set suggests to do the opposite. Spot and then move in, and the call pulls them in.
Right.
But the cold calling, and I've read it in books. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Cold calling, as it might be, and I don't know if that's what they're doing, is just to see if they get an answer.
Right.
But more often than not, particularly in high pressure areas, cold calling pushes more than it pulls because of the pressure inherent, especially during a hunting season.
Right.
And so I've always preferred the spot and then work them, because
right.
at least you know what you're calling for.
I know it's elk, or at least to see some really good sign.
Yeah.
Right. I need fresh tracks and fresh sign, and I go, okay, and now I know there's elk. If I haven't really seen any sign, but just in case I'm going to bugle and something answers, well, maybe a grain of salt, right? If it's up the hill, right, maybe. If it's down at the bottom, maybe not. And it depends on where we are. But all those things matter in this video. And I know they're busy hunting, but but they take time at the end of every episode to have a 20-minute podcast just to sit there and stare at the camera and look uncomfortably in the camera and go, well, was it fun? Right? So it's just so uncomfortable. It's so awkward.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they don't see it. They don't understand it. I don't know.
To each their own, I guess. That's not changed in all the years
It
they've done
hasn't. It hasn't. It hasn't. And you said when Corey's by himself, he's very articulate.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, this is the flow. This is up to me. I can talk and we can do this. And I haven't seen that. But no, I believe you. But anyways, let me get to what they did for drama this year.
Okay. I've been waiting.
Okay. Right. And I had to set it up with all of that because it's a family program.
It's family.
Okay. Corey Jacobson goes to his son. Corey Jacobson, one of the greatest elk hunters in the world.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would argue that. Goes to his son and said, if you only had 6 months to live, what would you want to do? And his son decides it's a backcountry elk hunt.
Okay.
If my dad was the greatest elk hunter and I had to wait until he gave me a question, if I only had 6, why hasn't he been with you every season if it's a family program?
Sure.
Why does he have to ask the greatest elk hunter in the world, who's his dad, to take him elk hunting? That's the drama. It's about family. It's about me and my son. Anyways, it seems so contrived to me.
Well, it's
to me it does.
Reality TV scripted.
I know, exactly.
Even if it's home produced.
Okay, so those are my notes.
Sure.
Those are my notes on form, right? On you know what? It's good elk content. It's good. I want to watch it. I want to see that drama unfold, and I want to know what that drama is. Are you on public land? Him and Donnie go into Wyoming and kill 2 elk by September 4th.
Wow.
Are they on the private ranch? Are they on public land? Then they come into Idaho and they talk about, well, there's a bunch of guys at the trailhead. Oh, that sounds like public land. That's better.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an over-counter tag. I don't know if he has special permission. So all those things matter. If you're trying to teach the layperson how to get out there and find elk,
Yeah.
right? Those things are important. The other thing is get a gimbal.
Oh, yeah.
I want to throw up watching you hike. It's so bad.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
It's worse.
Right.
It's worse. And all you have to do, I know the cameraman, I'm watching the cameraman the whole time. All the cameraman would need is an Osmo Mini on his bino harness.
Yeah, that's all. That's one I want to get.
All you need is those little things. But no, you want me to show you? I will put on this episode good hiking video. It
side by side difference. Yeah.
I won't use their stuff, but
you have video.
I do. In fact, I was looking at some from 2015 today. And I'm trying to follow you through the woods hiking, and it's terrible.
I want one of those Osmo.
The Osmo Mini,
the 3, or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
that's all the cameraman would need, right?
Yeah.
Is just that Osmo Mini, just for those segue shots, because it's just like I almost like, okay, tell me when you're stop moving because it's just so jittery.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, I know. It's still great elk content, and there's a lot of other great elk content creators out there.
Yeah.
That don't have those things. That don't have those issues. It's about the hunting. They don't have extra drama, and they have incredible footage of. Incredible land. It's almost cinematography the way some of those guys put it out there, and then there's guys like us.
We're big talks. The mouths move more than because we have big ideas, but execution on some of those things, it's hard to get fall through.
Yeah, and so anyways, those are my notes. I still will watch the content. I will give some notes on telling a dad joke. First of all, stop introducing dad jokes.
Yeah, that would help.
And use the uncomfortable silence of the dad joke to fade out. Don't stick around and try to explain it and look awkwardly at each other and laugh at yourself. Just fade out. It's a great transition. The dad joke's a great transition, right?
I know. I still be honest. There's still a dad joke that I love that Donnie told a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
And it was when Chris Hemsworth was working out with Mike Tyson at the gym. And so he's working out with Mike Tyson to see what it's like to be in the boxing routine. And Mike Tyson asks how it's going for Chris Hemsworth. And he says, hey, how's the boxing going? Oh, it's going good. Well, watch out, because tomorrow you'll be Thor.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
I stole that one, Donnie. Anyway, and I had to tell it, like, because that's what you do. You start telling a joke, even though you're just trying to convey.
Right.
I didn't have to go. Anyway.
No. The longer it goes, the better.
So there's a follow-up joke.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
And I'm out.
Not that Elk 101 cares what I think. Ever.
No.
Right, and ever would.
No.
But I'll get these snippets out and I'll
putting
put them
content on out there for the world to see allows for people to have their moment of, I have to judge this.
Yes, I do.
So
yes, I do. After 8 years, I judge you should be better. All right, I'm done. I'm done trashing on him.
We might delete your harsh comments towards us, though, if you don't like what he says.
I will not. I will talk about all of them. Give me harsh comments. I'm not going to feel a thing. That's great. Anyway, all right, we can move on.
All right. Highlander bull, man.
A Highlander bull.
It's a cute little puppy bull.
It's 1,000-pound golden retriever.
Yeah.
That's what my wife said. We went out to a farm to visit one. And because we're thinking about a Nigerian dwarf goats.
Okay.
And a miniature Highland cow.
All right.
And I'm wrapping my head around it. Okay. I know it's going to be a lot of work for me. I got to build some fences. I got to haul feed. I got to do the dad stuff, right?
Yeah.
Reagan will really do a good job taking care of the animals. But it's been in my head for a long time about packing goats.
Yeah.
And I made the decision.
Okay.
I told my wife. I told Jared. I go, I'm getting packing goats. I told people at the gym, I'm getting packing goats. And somebody goes, oh, I have packing goats. I go, shut up. We're going to talk. So now, and Becky's like, okay. My wife's like, okay, we have a little farm now. We have room, right? We just have space for that kind of stuff. And it's good for the kids. We have a chicken brooder that we're going to have. We're going to have 2. I think there's 21 eggs per. We'll probably get 7 to 10 laying hens out of it.
Nice.
But, we'll see. So there's all this springtime fun we're going to have on the farm. But I know that with goats, I love the backcountry. I love backpacking. I love backpacking for elk, right? It's just, I love the backcountry but I hate carrying all my stuff.
Sure.
And I like taking people with me, like Jared.
Yeah.
Right?
Which hates bringing anything.
And my kids. Right? It's hard. It's hard work. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. I think that's why I like swimming upstream. Right? I don't know why. But I know not everybody's like that, and we can ease that burden a little bit. And one of these pack goats can carry 40, 50 pounds.
Dang.
Maybe even more, which is what my entire pack is.
Yeah.
So now, of course, part of that pack is fencing, right? And a tarp for the goats, someplace to keep them. But they eat pine boughs.
Yeah.
Right? They're but the thing is, you have to live with them. You have to have a relationship with goats.
Yeah.
You can't just, maybe some are good enough, trained well enough that you can just.
It's not just put them out to pasture and hope they show up to do your job.
Right. That you really have to develop. You have to train them. You have to get little harnesses for them. You have to go on hikes with them. And I think I'm ready for that.
All right.
I think I'm ready for that. And excited about it. I think it'd be great. If we don't have to, we don't have to pack out an elk. Or it just could ease
if it eases the burden, yeah.
Ease the burden. Maybe
still the same amount of work to do.
Pack some beer in, pack some milk out. Maybe just a little bit. So, anyways, that's years in development, right? Even if I get goats this year, I doubt they won't be hunting with us this year.
Yeah, time and patience.
But the things are in place, and I thought, well, I just never had enough room, and you have to have a play area, and you have to, right, they're social, you need extra goats. And so with Reagan, the kids having Nigerian dwarf goats, the big alpine goats it's just good socialization for them.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about a Highland cow, but
can it haul gear? He looks like he doesn't want to haul gear.
I don't know about having one. That's what I don't know about. Like the one we saw was really cute, and my daughter just has such a connection with animals. She walks out into the pasture, and like 3 horses and a cow walk up to her. They just can sense her energy. They just go straight to her. And
that's incredible.
Yeah, it really is every time. And of course the goats are dramatic. I did my sheep and goat thing for you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We ready to move on?
Yeah, that was my Highland cow story.
Okay.
But the surprise there was we may have some packing goats to help someday.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. And
I agree.
Happy to see how it goes.
Yeah,
there was an open casting call for a remake of Little Red Riding Hood in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my haphazard way to segue to a wolf in LA.
This is such a cool story. We have been talking about the proliferation of wolves for 5 years on the Elk Season Podcast, and it feels accelerated.
Yeah, it does.
It feels accelerated.
It's like almost, it's not exactly overnight, but it feels like an overnight kind of thing. Like it's just suddenly, all of a sudden, this stuff is coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah. Wolves get into Oregon. As we've discussed, more elk in Oregon than either Idaho or Montana. Wolves populate Oregon. Wolves go into California. Wolves need something to eat in California. It's sparse. They develop packs in the Sierra Nevadas. It's breeding season right now. And they suspect that this is one of the wolves from a pack further north, obviously, but she's out there looking for love. And a wolf in LA County is such. It's been 100 years. It's been more than 100 years.
It's crazy
since there's been a wolf in LA County. And did California vote to have wolves reintroduced?
No,
they didn't. And they didn't need to. But they're still federally illegal to kill.
Yeah.
In California, Oregon, Washington, Utah, which the officials had to kill them.
Yep.
Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, and they will be full.
So they didn't have to have legislation to bring wolves back. So that means they wouldn't have to have that for grizzlies either.
Not technically, but we would need grizzlies to really travel to fill in some of those gaps.
I'm just saying maybe we could help. That's all.
I've
got a truck.
To have a keystone species like wolves not reintroduced, show back up in California.
Yeah, that's
after 100 years. That's significant. To hear that there could be grizzly bears back in California, that would be a delightful thing to hear, I think. And
they got to provide competition for them wolves.
The study confirms it. Well, yeah, it would be competition for the wolves. The wolves have to kill a lot more because of what is that we talked about it last time.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's parasitism.
Yeah,
it's predator parasitism, right? They parasite. The grizzly goes, oh look, wolves, easy meal. Yep. Move. I'm a grizzly bear, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do? Nothing. Say hi to your mother for me. Go on. Move along.
Yeah, I'm friends with a Sasquatch. Leave me alone.
I mean, we're like this. Okay.
So more on that as we get more information. So
yeah.
I took my kids to Pomerel.
Yeah.
A couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
Pomerel's
a ski resort near town.
Yes. So the day before I pull up, they have a live feed. You can actually go there now. You go to YouTube and you go Pomerel Ski Resort, and you'll have this live feed that shows their 2 lifts. And so I'm pulling it up, and I actually noticed there's bald spots on a mountain just adjacent to the lodge that were not there like 2 days prior.
It is
and so hear me out though. So
yeah.
But then it snows overnight. They got 2 inches. So I'm like, okay, we're going to the ski hill a couple days after that snow hits, and then so we go up there, but it's like a hard packed snow. It's icy, and it's not very forgiving if you fall. One of my kids broke their wrist on it.
Oh, jeez.
But the thing is, since then, I've been watching how it's continued to get warm here. I've continued to look at their live feed, and those bald spots that got buried are back in other places. And it is just a nightmare scenario for having any kind of wintertime fun. But that brings us to the winter snowpack all across the western United States. It was not predicted.
The western water scenario.
That this would be this bad this year. In fact, it was quite the opposite. And Farmer's Almanac, you got it wrong. I'm pretty sure that Farmer's Almanac claims to be 70 to 90% accurate in its ability to predict weather patterns.
So would I be if I was predicting weather.
But you know what
I would claim I was that accurate.
Do you know what its actual accuracy tends to be?
I don't know.
50%.
Yeah.
It's a flip of a coin.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So, anyway, so the weather patterns out here have sucked, and we do not have a lot of moisture. But what else do we need to know about this?
The water situation?
Condition? Yeah, it is.
The water situation is pretty serious. We have, where we hunt is okay.
Yeah.
But I'm worried about the effect it has everywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's not over.
No.
I mean, we still have half of February and March to go.
We have a weather pattern moving in over the weekend that's going to be here for a week or so.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that drops a bunch.
Yeah, and drops a bunch in the West. And, I had a geology professor. We had to read 4 different books about the water situation out West.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big deal, right? Mark Twain wrote in the West, whiskey's for drinking, water's for fighting over. And it's a very real statement. And when there's a water situation like this, you worry about what kind of fights those are going to be. I mean, they're all going to be in court, but there's going to be some fights. Because we saw when the Colorado River got low, right, I think it was it last year or the year before? A couple of years ago, they had like 900 inches of snow. And I think the year before that,
it was
the government had stepped in and said, okay, no more first in time, first in right.
Yeah.
Right. Which means the first guy there goes, I can use as much as I want. I don't care what your needs are. Right. I'm just passing it down. So I think the government stepped in and said, we can't do we can't do that anymore. There's a whole lot of people we got to take care of with this water. It's not yours. So anyways, water's for fighting over.
Yeah. And I saw, Lake Powell and Lake Mead low as always.
Yeah.
But
And this weather is bad news.
Yeah, it's
for Lake Powell and Lake Lowell.
This is not good. If you move farther east, though, black bear hunts return to Florida.
Yeah, I read this. And I go, wait a minute. Black bear hunts in Florida? They haven't been hunting black bear in Florida? That sounds strange. And then I read a little bit and it goes, after 10 years. Well, 10 years isn't very long. Why was there a moratorium, or why were they not hunting bears in Florida? And from all the stuff we bring in on the Elk Season podcast from all over the East, right? Bears are doing really, really good. So anyways, the first hunting season in 10 years, hunters harvested, I think, 53 bears in Florida.
Okay.
Which isn't bad. That's the whole state of Florida.
Yeah.
I need to remind you, there's one hunting area in Idaho where they harvest regularly 200 bears a year.
Jeez.
Just outside of Boise.
Wow.
200 black bears a year. You can look it up on the stats. I mean, it's like 196, 204, but it is almost 200 bears a year harvested out of those mountains. And I bet if you just pounded that one section flat, it would be bigger than Florida.
Yeah, probably. Geez, that's hard to fathom.
Right? Is that crazy? And every time I think about that stat, and when I saw that, I go, wait a minute. What about last year? What about the year before? And I'm like, it is regularly 180, 200 plus bears.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So
still trying to wrap my head around that. The last thing we have is an update on this Fish and Game story of culling and or removing and relocating elk in eastern Idaho.
Yeah, I really wanted to know more about it because when we talked about it on the podcast, it piqued my interest because there's a lot I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I should probably fill in some gaps.
Yeah.
So the next time I saw an article, I read all the way through it because I wanted to find out, are hunters allowed? Because if the landowners are like, hey, we're not going to allow hunting, but they're damaging our crops, right? So that was kind of the picture I had in my head. Yeah. And hopefully I did not paint that picture on the podcast. I may have. But in truth, and this article said that the landowners were bending over backwards to let hunters in. Okay? They killed 150 hunters, harvested 150 elk out of that herd and made no difference. Jeez. That's the birth rate of the herd. 150 a year. They couldn't make a dent.
Wow.
So now they're going to cull like 100 of them. It's not going to go to waste. They're going to take another 100 of them and cull them. And they're going to physically move others.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. But it's an interesting story. And I know there's a lot of different sides. And sometimes I see a headline just like everybody. And just like, I've just meant to be outraged. So I'm just outraged.
Sure.
And it's not the right thing. It's not the right thing to do. We preach against it all the time on the Elk Season Podcast.
But it happens.
But we're not immune to it.
We're only human.
Yeah.
Cow. So judgmental.
But go and watch Destination Elk V8.
I will get in there and start doing that.
It is some of the best. They have two bulls in one of the episodes.
Spoiler alert.
No. They just run past them. It's like so close.
See,
he doesn't take a shot because you can see the big one bugling off in the distance. You're like, oh my God. Okay.
If I was there, I would just shoot one because I've never got one. But hold on, who am I kidding? I did this very thing where I had a shot and I heard a bugle, and I didn't even have verification if it was a bull or a human.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll hunt that thing. And then I messed it up anyway. But
That's all right. That's all right. Me and Slim, in the early days, we got called in. And almost shot.
Yeah, well, this it ended up being a bull. It was that situation where I had the cow, then I heard
on the candy cane.
On the candy.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh man,
I remember.
I still see that image in my head of it seeing me and then turning around, and the masts on its head were huge. Oh. And I didn't. I saw how thick.
Yeah.
These things were coming out of his skull, and I was just like, I screwed it up.
Oh.
And it was like 10 minutes left of daylight. It was like perfect. It was beautiful.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, there's some good kills in V8 this year, so get out there. Don't let anything I say sway you from watching it. I just want you to watch watch out for.
Hungry. That's what I say as a hunter, because I would starve to death.
Right. Listen, last year sucked.
All right.
I just want to remind you.
Okay.
Now we're moving on. Okay, thank you.
And that's it.
So we're not here next week.
No, we have a special event that will probably follow up on the following week.
Yeah, we will.
I'm curious how this will go.
Me too.
I think it'll be interesting.
I'm open. I'm excited. I have no expectations.
Me either.
But I'm optimistic about positive expectations.
Me too. I'm cautiously optimistic for positive outcomes.
We'll let you know in a couple weeks. Goodbye.
Cheers.
In the morning light, before dawn, bow grip tight, heart beating strong. Through the forest, ancient giants roam. In the land where the wild calls me home. Through the whispering pines and the autumn breeze, driven by the chase, crisp air I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty where the hunter and elk meet. The mountains rise, kissed by the sun. In September, where I belong. Bugles echo loudly through and the autumn breeze. Driven by the chase, crisp air I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty where the hunter and elk meet. Silent as the morning mist, I travel on with careful grace. Every shadow, every sound surrounds me in this wild embrace. The challenge and the thrill, the patience and the skill, in the dance of life and nature, my heart's forever filled. As the sun sets, shadows long and deep, I find my place with the memories I keep. The chase and the beauty of a day gone by. Deep in the mountains, my spirit cries. Through the whispering pines and the autumn breeze. Driven by the chase, crisp air I breathe. With every step I take, earth beneath my feet. In nature's beauty, out where the hunter and elk meet. Here's to the wild places where the elk and I both roam. The chase that brings us closer to the place that I call home. In the stillness of the forest, in the grandeur of the land, I am one with nature's wonder, with my bow here in my hand.